Chapter 10, the big Thanksgiving blow-up, gentle pauses, cozy hush, soothing, sleepy night rhythm. Thanksgiving dinner had already survived a lot. Floating mashed potatoes, glitter explosions, gravy tornadoes, and of course, a magical capybara hiding under the table. But nothing prepared Abigail, Copper, or Steve for what would be known forever as the big Thanksgiving blow-up. And the funniest part, none of the adults would remember a single thing because Steve fixed everything just in time. The tension builds, and so does the pressure. After the shocking under-the-table reveal of Chapter 9, Steve covered in gravy, Abigail proudly calling him her best friend, the adults were still frozen in stunned silence. Abigail leaned close and whispered, "Steve, do something." Steve whispered back, panicked, "I am doing something. I'm panicking." Copper gave a little agreeing bark. Mom swayed like she might faint again. Dad stared at Steve like he'd just discovered a new species. Grandpa muttered, "That's the largest hamster I've ever seen." Christine fanned herself with her pineapple purse, and Uncle Bingo, for reasons known only to Uncle Bingo, saluted. The room was so tense, you could practically hear the gravy tremble. The blow-up begins. It started so small. A tiny spark, poof, floated off Steve's whiskers. "Steve," Abigail hissed softly, "no magic." "I'm not trying," Steve squeaked. Another spark, then another. His wizard hat began to inflate. "Oh no," Steve whispered. "Oh, bigger, 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 until pop, whoosh!" A gigantic burst of glittery magical air blasted out of the hat like a cannon. The tablecloth flew up, candles toppled, napkins soared through the air. Green beans shot upward like tiny vegetable rockets. Grandpa shouted, "The house is exploding!" Christine screamed, "My purse will protect me." Uncle Bingo dove under the table, and the turkey wobbled dangerously. "Steve!" Abigail cried. "Fix it!" "I'm trying," Steve yelled, flapping his paws wildly. His cape spun like a little helicopter. Magic burst out of him in swirling, shimmering waves, sending biscuits bouncing, chairs scooting, Grandma's wig flying across the room, and Copper sliding in circles like a furry, confused mop. It was chaos, the biggest Thanksgiving blow-up ever. Steve's desperate magic undo spell. Steve clapped his paws together. "Okay," he announced breathlessly, "I shall now cast the ancient and powerful spell of oh no, make it stop." Abigail buried her face in her hands. "Steve, that's not a real spell." Steve winked. "It is, if you believe," Copper barked, very unsure about this. Steve stood tall, or well, tall for a capybara. He lifted his paws. His hat inflated slightly. His cape shimmered. Then he chanted, "Gobble wobble, spoon and fork. Make this magic go back to work. Reset table, calm the scene. Make the grown-ups think it's clean." Abigail blinked. "Steve, that actually rhymed." Steve gasped. "It did? Then it might work." He stomped one paw. Poof, a warm shockwave of golden sparkles burst out. Everyone froze. The sparkles swirled, spun, danced through the air, and then, whip! Everything snapped back. The tablecloth settled peacefully. The napkins folded themselves neatly. Grandma's wig zipped back onto her head. The green beans returned to their bowl. Copper stopped spinning. Uncle Bingo reappeared, holding a spoon triumphantly. And the turkey, perfect, golden, untouched. The adults react, or Don blinked. Did something happen? Dad scratched his head. "Thought I saw a flash?" Grandpa shrugged. "Probably my glasses fogging," Christine whispered. "I think my purse..." Burped again. Uncle Bingo raised his hand proudly. "I volunteer to taste the turkey." And just like that, the blow-up was gone, as if it never happened. Abigail confronts Steve. Sort of. Abigail knelt beside him. "Steve, you can't keep blowing things up." Steve nodded seriously. "I understand. Next time, I'll blow up only small things." "No," Abigail yelped. "No blowing up anything." Steve sighed. "Fine, I shall do my best." Copper barked encouragingly, then licked gravy off Steve's ear. Thanksgiving continues. Miraculously, everyone sat back down. Everyone passed the dishes. Everyone complimented the turkey. The adults never realized the room had nearly exploded because Steve the magic capybara had fixed everything. Abigail leaned close and whispered, "One more chapter until dessert." Steve shivered with excitement. "Pumpkin pie." Copper barked, and Thanksgiving rolled on toward its sweetest moment.
Abigail danced in her polka dot boots, Steve by her side with his magic pursuits, a capybara with a sparkle and a twist, casting spells he could never resist. Oh Steve, the magical beast, a capybara wizard at every feast, with a twitch of his whiskers. The world takes a spin. Abigail laughs as the cast begins. They turned the moon into a big balloon, floated past the stars, landed in Cancun. Steve said hola with a magical grin. Taco shells rained and the party began. He wiggled his nose, the maracas shook. Abigail sang from her spellbound book. Oh Steve, the magical beast. A capybara wizard at every feast. With a twitch of his whiskers, the world takes a spin. Abigail laughs as the cast begins. They wiggled his nose, the maracas shook. Abigail sang from her spellbound book. Oh Steve, the magical beast. A capybara wizard at every feast. With a twitch of his whiskers, the world takes a spin. Abigail laughs as the cast begins. He made the rivers dance, the mountains hum, turned a pumpkin into a drum. Abigail said, Steve, you're right, my friend. Let's never let this magic end.